So this is our 5 count breathing technique, or star breathing technique, as I like to call it. So what you can do with this is download it and print it out and leave it somewhere, possibly in your child's room, somewhere where they can get hold of it easily. Because I found that children love to use this one, and they often keep that in their room. There was even one mum that printed it out and then got it framed so it was in their child's bedroom on their wall where they could see it, visible where they could see it. Like I said, these children often like to use this technique, and it's a really good one for just calming down when they're getting a little bit angry or upset, and it just calms them down enough so that they can then start to reason with themselves and just let go of whatever that negative feeling is that they're feeling. So hopefully you can see my cursor there, so you can see I'm pointing it to that point at the start, and what you can do is maybe put a little circle there for your child, and you can say this is the starting point, and you're going to tell them to breathe in and out only through their noses. Okay, so they're only going to breathe in and out through their nose, not through their mouth. And the idea of this is that they can really focus on their breath, and they're so focused, they're really focused on this technique, then like I said, they'll start to calm down, and it just gives them that little gap between what they're feeling and thinking, and then they're able to just calm themselves down even more so. So this is a really, really good technique. So we're going to start there. If you see my cursor, what I would like you to do is breathe in through your nose. If you can see how it moves out quite slowly, so breathe in, hold, breathe out, 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 breathe in, hold, breathe out. And there we go. Then you end up in your starting place. So I was trying to breathe in quite deeply so that you could hear my breath, because the idea is that you make your breath last with the cursor or your finger, whatever you use to point out. So you want them to breathe in and make their breath last as long as it takes you to get to the next point in the star. So this technique can be used as often as they like. I would only go around the star once, because you don't want them to be feeling dizzy, and just make sure they're not really breathing in really heavily and breathing out really heavily. You shouldn't really be able to hear the breath if they're doing it properly, because like I said, they can get a little bit dizzy if it's kind of over exaggerated breathing. So use it as often as you like with your child, and try and get to that daily practice of it, because then they're gonna be mindful. They're gonna remember, oh yes, I'm feeling a bit like this. I'm going to try my 5 count breathing. And what I've found is that some of the children have been using it so often that they can actually visualize that in their head. So I'm talking about older children, 10, 11-year-olds that I've been working with, and they actually visualize that star in their head, and they just do it in their mind's eye when they're at school. And they say, that's as effective as looking at the actual picture. So again, that would only come if you were using that regularly with them. Okay.